Guys, let me tell you something that most people don't want to hear. If it feels hard, then you are probably on the right track. But what most people do is as soon as it feels hard and it stops feeling fun, the minute it feels hard, they give up, they quit, they change their mind, or they tell themselves it wasn't the right fit or this is not for me. But the truth is they just didn't have the resilience to stick out. Now, I've made over £120,000 a year for the last 4 years straight. And I've also kept myself in shape and kept abs throughout every season, even when life's been chaos. So I'm not saying this from theory, I'm saying it from doing it. Discipline is what got me where I am today. And discipline's what's kept me and will keep me in the top 0.001% or whatever of women. And it's what's going to get me to that next level of business where I am on my way to going as well. So first thing you need to do is quitting. The reason most people stay broke isn't because they lack ideas. It's because they quit every time it gets hard. I've seen it in business. I've seen it in the gym. I've seen it in sales. They jump from online coaching to UGC, from closing to content, from fitness to drop shipping. And then they wonder why they're still not making any money. And it's not because the thing doesn't work, because we know all of these things work. It's just that you're just not working in it long enough for it to work. You don't have a strategy problem. You've got a frustration tolerance problem. I see it in the gym as well. People message me all the time. Oh, how do you get abs? Simple. I don't stop showing up through breakups, through burnout, through boredom. The ones who win are the ones who can sit through the hard stuff and keep going. Number 2, you don't need a new vehicle. You just need better skills. You don't need to start a new business every time you hit a dip. You just need to get better at making the current thing work. And usually that means getting better at the skills that move the needle forward. Every business has that valley of death moment where it's boring, where it's confusing, where it's frustrating, where you're not seeing any money, but you're doing all the work. And that's where most people die. Not because the thing didn't work, but because they bailed on it too early to find out. And this sounds contradictory because I have done so many things. So I'm saying, learn from my mistakes. The reason my PT business didn't work is because I was bad at marketing and sales. But one thing I haven't given up on in the last 3 years is sales, which I found so fucking tough at first. But instead of giving up, I could see the potential in it. So I sharpened my skill set. I took responsibility. I stopped trying to feel good and started focusing on getting better. And that's what gets you to where you want to be. Number 3, stop asking for permission. Most of you guys aren't stuck because you lack the strategy. You're stuck because you're still waiting for someone else's approval to approve your decisions, even though it's your life. When I quit my law job, people thought I was mad. I sold my house and moved to Dubai. They thought I'd lost the plot. When I turned down safe jobs to go all in on sales, people, and still do now, roll their eyes at me. But I didn't ask for their opinion because guess what? Most people giving you advice don't even have the life that you want. So why on earth would you outsource your confidence to people who are broke, miserable, and bitter? The moment I stopped needing permission is the moment that everything changed for me and everything took off. And I say the same with HSS. My life since I stopped waiting for permission to build HSS, I've literally scaled in 7 months so fast and so rapidly. I've traveled to 6 different countries this year. So please stop asking people who've never built or done anything if you're allowed to start doing something or building something for yourself. Number 4 is to stop trying to multiply money that you haven't earned yet. Here's what most people do backwards. And that again, guys, this is including me. They earn £1,000 and then start Googling how to turn it into £10,000 through stocks and crypto and passive income. But they've barely scraped a consistent 2k a month and then they're asking about wealth managers. Let me tell you what you should do and what I did instead. I took every penny I had and I invested it in me, not in bags, not in shoes, not in designer stuff, not Botox, me. Mentorships, courses, skills, and the ability to earn money from nothing but my laptop. And if you haven't figured out how to consistently earn money yet, then you've got no business in trying to invest it. Your biggest return will always come from becoming more valuable to the marketplace. So until you're bringing in 10k plus a month on repeat, then put your money where your mouth is and invest into the biggest asset, which is yourself. Number 5, Choose your circle like your life depends on it, because it does. If you are hanging around with broke, insecure losers, then you are going to become one of them. And I used to take money advice from people who earned less than me. It didn't matter that they were older or they meant well. If they didn't or they weren't where I wanted to go, then I stopped listening. I moved to Dubai for a reason. I needed to be surrounded by people who were normalizing big money, people who weren't shocked by 10K a month, people who expected luxury, they expected discipline, and they expected growth. Even just hearing the conversations around me changed how I started to think. And when your environment raises its standard, you have no option but to rise with it. You cannot build a big life surrounded by small minds. And lastly, choose partners who feel you, not fear you. And this one's heavy, but if we're being honest, nothing's going to drain your potential faster than being in a relationship with someone who fears your growth. If your partner's threatened by your ambition, by your ability to learn, by your discipline, and slowly going to sabotage you over time, and I've seen it in my clients, in my students, in my friends, they'll dull their shine just to keep the peace at home. I learnt this the hard way. But I've built everything on my own. And if I ever choose someone, it'll be someone who adds to that, not subtracts. If they don't clap when you win, then they shouldn't be next to you when you lose. So yeah, if you're wondering why you haven't hit that next level in life yet, ask yourself this. Are you someone who quits when things get hard or boring? Are you still chasing new things every time things get hard instead of mastering one? Are you waiting for permission? Are you taking advice from people who haven't done anything yet? Are you building with people who make you feel small? I've earned in the top 0.1% and stayed in 1% shape for 4 years straight. And not because I'm special, but because I stopped quitting and I start raising my standards in every part of my life. So if you're ready to do the same, it starts with you. Guys, you got to do the opposite of what most average people do. If you want to see more content like this, make sure you subscribe.